The morning mist still clung to the desert floor as Moses led Aaron toward the entrance of the tent of meeting. Before the eyes of the congregation, the first act of the sacred ceremony began not with gold or jewels, but with the simplicity of water. Moses poured clear water over Aaron, washing away the dust of the world. This was more than a cleansing of the skin, it was the preparation of a soul. Then, piece by piece, the garments of glory were placed upon him, the fine linen tunic, the blue robe, and the intricately woven ephod. Finally, the golden plate, engraved with "Holy to the Lord," was fastened to his turban, shimmering like a promise in the rising sun. After the clothing came the fragrance. Moses took the sacred anointing oil, a rich blend of myrrh and cinnamon, and poured it over Aaron's head. The oil didn't just touch his brow. It flowed down his hair and onto the collar of his robes, filling the air with a scent that spoke of heaven's choice. This was the moment of setting apart. As the oil glistened in his beard, Aaron felt the weight of his new calling. He was no longer just a man among his people. He was now the bridge between the Creator and the created, marked by a perfume that would linger in the sanctuary forever. Service began with a heavy realization of human frailty. Aaron and his son Eleazar stepped forward toward a young bull standing at the altar. Together, they laid their hands firmly upon the animal's head, a silent confession that they were not worthy of this office on their own merits. The sacrifice was a vivid reminder that holiness requires a price, and that grace is never cheap. As the smoke of the sin offering rose toward the sky, the barrier of guilt was lifted, clearing the path for these men to stand in the presence of the Almighty on behalf of a nation. Then came the most intimate mark of the covenant. Moses took the blood of the ram of ordination and applied it to the tip of Aaron's right ear, the thumb of his right hand, and the big toe of his right foot. It was a total consecration of the senses and the self. His ear was now tuned to hear the whispers of God. His hand was empowered to perform the work of the tabernacle, and his feet were directed to walk only in the paths of righteousness. Every part of his being was now claimed by the divine, a living vessel dedicated to a holy purpose. The air was filled with the aroma of freshly baked bread as Aaron and Eleazar lifted a basket of unleavened cakes and wafers before the Lord. This was the wave offering, a rhythmic motion of gratitude and surrender. They held the bread and the choice portions of the sacrifice, moving their arms back and forth in a symbolic dance of offering. It was a moment of fellowship, a sacred meal shared in the shadow of the tabernacle. As they placed the offerings upon the altar fire, the flames leaped up, accepting the gift and signifying that the Lord was pleased with their devotion. For 7 days and nights, the ceremony continued, a season of dwelling in the threshold of the divine. Through this meticulous process, a promise was etched into the heart of the people. I will dwell among the children of Israel and will be their God. The ordination was not merely for the sake of the priests, but for the presence of God to remain in the camp. As the glory of the Lord filled the tabernacle, Aaron realized that the true beauty of his garments and the sweetness of the oil were but shadows of the greatest gift of all, the abiding presence of the God who brought them out of Egypt to live among them.